In today's lesson, we're going to explore the two major types of environmental factors that influence ecosystems, biotic and abiotic factors. First, let us define what these terms mean and understand how they impact living organisms within an ecosystem. Biotic factors refer to any living component in the environment that has an effect on another living organism or that helps shape the ecosystem in some significant way. Although this definition might initially seem a little difficult to visualize, consider the process of predation. Predation is a biological interaction where one organism, such as a predator, hunts and eats another organism, and since this involves living creatures and significantly influences populations and survival, it is considered a biotic factor. Other examples of biotic factors include competition between species for limited resources such as food or shelter, the presence of diseases and pathogens that spread from one organism to another, and the overall availability of food sources, whether plant-based or animal-based. When identifying biotic factors in any given ecosystem, you should think about all the possible interactions among living things, such as animals, plants, fungi, bacteria, and even microscopic organisms. These interactions might include symbiotic relationships, reproductive behaviors, or even territorial disputes. On the other hand, abiotic factors are the non-living elements of the environment that can still significantly affect living organisms and determine how they live and thrive. These are usually physical or chemical aspects of the natural surroundings, such as light intensity, temperature, levels of carbon dioxide, soil moisture, air or water humidity, the strength and direction of wind, and the acidity or mineral content of the soil or water. For instance, if the temperature in a region rises, this could lead to faster photosynthesis in plants, as the enzymes that catalyze this process become more active within an optimal temperature range. As a result, plant growth could accelerate, leading to more food for herbivores, which might then affect the population size of animals higher up in the food chain. Warmer temperatures might also benefit certain animals directly by reducing the amount of energy they must use to keep warm, meaning they can use more of their energy for growth, reproduction, or other survival activities. Exam-style questions on this topic often ask students to identify both biotic and abiotic factors in a specific example and then explain what might happen if any of those factors were to change. For example, let us consider a clownfish living in the ocean beside its sea anemone. Key biotic factors affecting the clownfish include predators like larger fish or eels that might hunt it, the sea anemone itself, which serves as a vital habitat and protector from predators, and the availability of food sources, such as plankton and algae. There might also be competition from other clownfish or marine species for both habitat and food, and let us not forget the impact of diseases and parasites, which can weaken or reduce the clownfish population. As for abiotic factors, these could include the temperature of the seawater, which often changes depending on time of day or season, the concentration of dissolved oxygen in the water, which is critical for respiration, and the levels of salinity and acidity, which can affect both the clownfish and the anemone it depends on. Additionally, while the clownfish may not rely directly on factors such as light intensity or carbon dioxide concentration, these abiotic variables can impact the health of other organisms around them, such as photosynthesizing plants or the sea anemone, which in turn can influence the clownfish's survival. Therefore, understanding both biotic and abiotic factors is crucial for explaining how ecosystems function and how various species interact with one another and with their physical environment.